Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for October 11, 2025. Firstly, in France, Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu has been reappointed by President Emmanuel Macron just days after his resignation. The move has sparked widespread criticism and uncertainty as Lecornu faces a daunting task, presenting a draft budget bill to Parliament by October 12th. Opposition parties are vowing to topple his government, making it an uphill battle for him to pass the budget bill. Secondly, we're following developments in the Middle East, where a ceasefire between Israel and Palestinian militants has been reported. However, the situation remains volatile, with both sides accusing each other of violations. We'll continue to bring you updates as more information becomes available. Lastly, our top story tonight, the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Russian drone and missile strikes have caused widespread blackouts across Ukraine, leaving thousands without power or water. The international community is responding, with Britain, France, and Germany announcing plans to use frozen Russian assets to support Ukraine's armed forces. We urge all parties involved to seek a peaceful resolution and prioritize the safety and well-being of civilians. That's a brief summary of tonight's major stories. For more in-depth analysis and updates, tune in to our full podcast or visit our website. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, good night and stay informed. And that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know it's right now. Firstly, we reported on the parade in North Korea, where the country displayed advanced weaponry, raising concerns about regional stability and the potential for escalation. The international community has been calling for North Korea to abandon its nuclear program and engage in diplomatic talks. Secondly, we covered the health update of former U.S. President Joe Biden, who is undergoing radiation therapy as part of his treatment for prostate cancer. Mr. Biden's team has stated that the cancer is hormone-sensitive, allowing for effective management. We will continue to follow this story and provide updates on his health. Lastly, we brought you a devastating report from Sudan, where a drone strike killed at least 50 people in a displacement shelter in the besieged city of El Fasher. The humanitarian crisis in Sudan has been escalating since April, with over 25 million Sudanese facing acute hunger and nearly 1 million displaced. We urge all parties involved to cease hostilities and work towards a peaceful resolution to this conflict. These stories highlight the complexities and challenges we face globally, from international relations to health crises and humanitarian disasters. We will continue to provide in-depth analysis and updates on these stories as more information becomes available. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll be back with more news and analysis tomorrow. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we saw a significant decline in equity mutual fund inflows in September, dropping by 12% compared to the previous month. This downturn is largely attributed to concerns over U.S. tariffs and market fluctuations, leading investors to adopt a wait-and-watch approach. Notably, multi-cap funds saw higher inflows, while sector funds experienced a lack of interest. In other news, the silver market is looking bright, with predictions from experts like Robert Kiyosaki suggesting that silver could reach $50 per ounce. While this may seem like a promising opportunity, it's essential to approach this trend with a balanced perspective and consider your overall investment strategy and risk tolerance. Lastly, we're seeing a growing interest in precious metals, with gold and silver exchange-traded funds witnessing record inflows. This surge can be attributed to the perceived safe haven status of these assets during times of economic uncertainty. As we navigate these uncertain economic times, it's crucial for investors to remain vigilant and adapt their strategies accordingly. Remember to stay informed, diversify your portfolio, and consider consulting a financial advisor to determine the best course of action for your individual investment goals and risk tolerance. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, astronomers have made a groundbreaking discovery, capturing images of a black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. This achievement has provided unprecedented insights into the mysteries of the cosmos. Secondly, a recent documentary, Blue Planet Red, has sparked intense debate about the possibility of an advanced civilization on Mars. While the film presents intriguing arguments, our investigation reveals that the claims are largely based on unverified assumptions and misinterpretations of data. Lastly, we've been exploring the wonders of our celestial companion, the Moon. As it completes its 29 five-day orbit around Earth, it passes through 8 distinct phases, reminding us of the ever-changing nature of our cosmos and the beauty that lies just beyond our terrestrial bounds. These stories showcase the awe-inspiring complexity of the universe and the importance of approaching each new discovery with a balance of caution, wonder, and rigorous scientific inquiry. Join us next time on the AI Daily Press as we continue to explore the wonders of the universe and unravel its secrets. Subscribe to our newsletter for weekly updates on new scientist events, special offers, and the latest breakthroughs in science and technology. Thank you for tuning in. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First, the Las Vegas Aces have taken home the championship title in the WNBA with a thrilling 78-71 victory over the New York Liberty in Game 4 of the finals. This marks the Aces' first championship win in franchise history, and we couldn't be more thrilled for them. Next, we delved into the realm of baseball, where marathon games test the endurance of players, coaches, and fans alike. We explored some of the longest postseason and regular season games in MLB history, including a staggering 26-inning game between the Boston Red Sox and Brooklyn Robins in 1920. Finally, we turned our attention to the NFL, where the Kansas City Chiefs are set to face off against the Detroit Lions on Sunday night. With both teams boasting high-powered offenses, our expert analyst predicts a high-scoring game with plenty of points on the board. We recommend taking the over on 50 points scored by both teams combined. That's all for tonight's edition of the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon with more exciting sports updates. Until then, good night and goodbye from the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curral.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we covered a tragic explosion at a factory in a small town in rural America, where multiple injuries and fatalities were reported. Despite this devastating event, the community has come together to support each other, showcasing their resilience and strength. In our second report, we revisited this story, highlighting the intricate web of relationships within the tight-knit community and the power of human connection in the face of adversity. Lastly, we took a break from news to delve into the world of international football, where Argentina secured a thrilling 1-0 victory over Venezuela in a friendly match. We analyzed the standout performances of players like Lautaro Martinez and Nico Paz, and reflected on the enduring appeal of the beautiful game. These stories remind us of the importance of community, compassion, and kindness, as well as the excitement and drama that sports can bring to our lives. That's all for tonight's summary. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the news. We'll be back with more updates and analysis after this break. Until then, good night, and let the love of the game continue to inspire us all. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your host, Joan. Tonight we're wrapping up the week with a recap of our top stories. First up, we delve into the world of fashion and entrepreneurship with the inspiring story of Victoria Beckham's journey from Spice Girl fame to becoming a talented designer and savvy businesswoman. We explored her perseverance and determination in the face of financial struggles and mental health challenges. Next, we shared the joyful news of Dancing with the Stars' Derek Hough and his wife Hailey Erbert, expecting their first child together. The couple's love story is one for the ages, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for this talented pair. And finally, we dished out the latest scoop on the highly anticipated sequel to The Devil Wears Prada. With a confirmed release date of May 2025, we're excited to see Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, Meryl Streep, and Stanley Tucci reprise their iconic roles. Plus, Lady Gaga is reportedly joining the cast. It's going to be a wild ride. That's all for tonight, folks. Thanks for joining me on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, stay fabulous and keep on talking. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we reported on the alarming decline of the European rabbit population due to habitat loss and disease. The International Union for Conservation of Nature has listed the species as vulnerable, highlighting the need for urgent conservation efforts. Secondly, we shared a heartwarming story from the Queen Zoo in New York City, where a breeding program is helping to recover the vulnerable New England cottontail population. 6 kits were recently released into the wild, marking another important step in the ongoing recovery of this native rabbit species. Lastly, we brought you the sobering news of the confirmed extinction of the Christmas Island shrew, a small and enigmatic creature that was found only on Christmas Island. Despite efforts to conserve it, the last recorded sighting was in 1985, and the International Union for Conservation of Nature has officially declared the species extinct. These stories remind us of the importance of responsible stewardship of our planet's biodiversity and the need for concerted efforts to protect our precious wildlife. We'll continue to follow these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good night, and that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.